Hello everybody, David here, and we are up to episode 6. Usually at this stage of the game I start cheating, but we're getting there. I'm a little nervous for today's episode because we start with the stuff I actually started this series about, the stuff that I don't really know enough about and I need to learn, and it's always kind of embarrassing to learn in front of people, so at least for me. So I've put 2 projects for this episode. One is to turn this tower, this tower, into an automatic farm using villagers. I don't know if I can do it, but we'll give it a go. I've done a few trial runs in my design world, but it's still not really working, or it's really resource heavy. So like the one that I made that actually works, of 5 that the 4 of them didn't work. It was filled with rail tracks, and rail, if you can't find a mine, it's a lot of iron, and I've got a bit of iron, but I don't really want to waste it on rails. So I'm going to look at other kinds, different goes at it, different methodologies and theorems and ideas and stuff. I may throw in the towel, but I'm going to try. I'm going to do as much research as I can. I normally like to make things on my own terms because I'm a defiant pain in the ass, but I'm going to try and do the easier way first. And so this space, I got to figure out how to fit a farm run by villagers in this space, and the system of bringing the food down the tower, because I can put the tower as high as I want it, and probably into sort of the space and the space below. I'll just all the ladders, all the scaffolding is in weird places, so we've got these sorts of areas. So hopefully I can fit all the internal. It's the worst thing about scaffolding. There is some room in here, and if I'm careful, through there is actually the... Oh, that's right. Is the trading hall. So, if I'm lucky, I might be able to bring the food down into the trading hall, because I'm mostly going to be using the crops to trade, to upgrade and replace things that are broken and get mending books and all that kind of stuff, which is why I wanted to put it in the tower so it's close to the hall. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I don't know if I can do it, but I got to try it. The whole point of this series is to try. I'll just sleep first. Because where I have to go next is not lit up. So the second thing I want to do is I found a mob spawner, a zombie spawner, in like episode 2. It's out here. And I haven't added anything to it. I just put torches so it stopped making lots of zombies. And you can make or automate it, like, I'll show you when I get down there. Run really fast. When you have a spawner, they're often very troublesome because you end up with a bajillion blowing zombies or whatever. I made a quick... There's a pillar. That's the original entrance that I found it. This is just the quick one where I can fall down. Whee! Plop. So, for those that don't know, because I know a few of my readers don't know lots about Minecraft, this is a spawner, and if you can see, there's a zombie in it, which means when it goes dark, it makes zombies appear. It's really, I don't know if it's dodgy of me or not, but every time I see the spawners and they spin like that, it looks kind of like it's the zombies like doing pole dancing, or I don't know, sliding down a firehouse pole. I don't know. But this environment can be turned into a thing where you let the zombies spawn, and then you use water to like channel them in a particular direction. You shoot them up with a bubble column. My tongue is a bit twisted. A bubble column, and then if they drop, I think it's 23 blocks, they're one punch kill. So you usually need a sword because sometimes they spawn with armor, so they're not a one punch kill. But it's a quick way of getting XP, and I prefer skeleton spawners because then you get like bones that can be turned into bone meal that can help with crops and stuff and colouring of blocks and whatever, and sheep. Zombies give basically zombie flesh. Occasionally like random things like carrots and potatoes and armour and stuff like that. But you shoot them up, you shoot them down and punch them or whack them with a sword and you get lots of XP. It's a lot faster than the furnace array version that I've been using to make sure all my stuff stays fixed. So that's the two tasks. I have done a spawner thingy, an XP thingy before. It wasn't done very well, and I didn't clear out all the caves and stuff around it. I'm probably not going to be able to do that again either, because there isn't a vanilla Minecraft way of finding all of the caves. You used to be able to do this really hilarious thing where you basically mash your character's head into the wall and it would glitch into the wall and you could see through the wall. But I think they patched that glitch. It was so funny to watch. I don't think I ever did it myself, but it was so funny to watch other people do it. This Enderman. Grr. I've lost my train. But yeah, I probably won't be able to check all the caves without officially cheating, going into spectator mode. But it doesn't matter. It's not. I don't expect to be able to be good at making these things super duper efficient. What I just want is a way of getting XP. I'm going to try and figure out how to make a way up, obviously, but make a way that I can access it without having to run all over the place. This is the long way back because I only made it down and not an up. To make a bubble column, you need a few things that take a while. But I'll do that as well at some point. I prefer to bubble columns. Ooh, gosh, that looks pretty cool from a distance. Let's go over here. Boing. So, mob spawner XP grinder and a villager run automatic farm. I've done bits of both before, but I've not really mastered it, and the villager farm thing just stubbornly refuses to work. So I'm going to do a lot more research. It'll be quite a few days before I actually show off, after I record this intro, I'm going to be doing a lot of research, so it'll be a few days before I start actual work on it. But we'll see what happens. And while I did want to use a nice the nice new, all the new blocks I found, I'm getting used to the imperfection of survivor building. I still need to fix that tower. It's always that tower. The line there between the andesite and the cobble is too abrupt. And there's too much cobblestone on that one. But that's okay. I'll fiddle with all the buildy things off just randomly. But for now, I shall go off and do some research and see if I can get a better trial run in my design world, and then be a brave person and have a go at one of the farms. Or both, depending on how successful I am. So, in this absolute episode, please do wish me luck. Because I don't know if it's going to work. But we'll see. You can watch me get annoyed and try very hard not to swear on film. But yes, wish me luck, and cue the music. Welcome back, everyone. I'm on top of something that is quite ugly that we will have to turn into something a little prettier later. I wasn't sure if you could see. I tried my best with the replay mod, but it's kind of hard to film underground. I mean, you know, with the replay mod you can go underground like you're in spectator mode to do camera shots, but it's really hard to get it to give you a good view all the time. But I thought I'd run down and show you. I'm just assuming someone in the audience won't know what an XP grinder does, so I thought I'd go through just in case the replay mod montage wasn't quite enough information. So I'm going to be going up and down this bubble column a couple of times to show you. So back in the entrance. Boop. So as you saw before, that's a zombie spawner. Okay, so We'll just wait for it to... They never time properly, do they? The zombie spawner makes zombies. They go down the water column, the water flow this way. Oop, there we go. It's even trying to get me. And then I'll just put this back in. Then they go up on the bubble column. So they go up here, and then they get pushed sideways, and then dropped down again. I'm going to have to make the top much prettier and easier to get to, but let's go. And so when they come down, they end up here. And I'll just, if you look at my silk pickaxe on my user bar, I'll do that. Oop, there we go. And the little green bar is gone. That means it's repaired. So all those little bubbles, experience balls, fill up. Anything with mending absorbs experience bubbles and mends whatever it is that you're doing. But you have to be holding it or wearing it, otherwise it won't do it. Which can be a little annoying sometimes. Gosh, that's talking annoying. That's loud. Shush. Anything they drop obviously gets picked up by the hopper and goes into here. Sometimes it's carrots, sometimes it's potatoes, but always rotten flesh. And you may or may not have noticed there were a few problems in the making of this thing. I should probably mention I pretty much followed, not completely by the letter, but very nearly by the letter, a tutorial, video tutorial for this. So I'll put the link in the description. Hopefully I'll remember. My memory is terrible. But if I don't, just poke me and say, "Oi, what was the link, grr?" The first problem was I accidentally broke my landing body of water for landing, and it flooded in while I was making it, and it got rid of some torches. You might have noticed I had a micro fight with a zombie. It might have gone too fast to go past. And then I spent ages trying to count, because it has to be from the top where they fall to where they land. It has to be 23 blocks. No more. Less is okay, but too much and they just die. And it's good if you want zombie flesh, but not good if you want XP. And you might have noticed I actually lifted the room, I think it was 3 or 4 blocks, because I hadn't counted right. I counted like 5 bloomin' times and I still didn't get it right, but that's okay. So yeah, counting is hard. Even when you count one block at a time, when you break them, it's still hard. And the final mistake, which was actually amusing to watch while I was doing the replay editing, the montage editing, because I didn't realise. I knew there was a cave here, but I didn't realise that it intersected with the stream, the falling. So the zombies are falling down at this end. I think it's about here. Oops. I'll get my... I think it's... there. They're falling there, down that hole. Actually, right there. So they drop down. And I didn't realise that they don't fall evenly. And so there was a bit open in the cave below, like down here. And they just escaped because they hit the lip and went, oh, look, I can walk around. And did. And it was so funny to see the montage film footage of them sort of spreading out across the land. Before I realised. So it was a learning experience. I would recommend, if you want to do it yourself, to follow a tutorial first, because I understood the physics of it, like the game rules of the issue. But yeah, hopefully it was a little bit amusing for you as well. At the time, I was annoyed because I came up through the bubble column and I was like, "What? This is bad. Why are there so many zombies? Ah, bash, bash, bash." I was kind of lucky that there wasn't as many zombies when I came up as there was initially, because it was raining. So yeah, at the time I wasn't terribly amused, but I spent like 3 hours on this, which is kind of embarrassing, but that's okay. I will probably, it's a bit ugly and it's a pain to get to, so I may make some kind of building on top of it and make these a little bit more accessible. This one I have to sort of shuffle to get in. I might even move that like a couple of blocks aside or next to this, or I don't know. I figured out what I just needed to do was to make it work. But I'll make it pretty at a later date. There isn't a lot of time in this episode, and I think I'm already about halfway. Hello. We just cut to my design world. This is a lava cast pyramid that I was playing with. It's kind of cool lava casting, but I really dislike the look of cobblestone, so it didn't work. But design world. This glowy thing is my first attempt that I've been banging at for about a year to try and make an automatic farm using villagers. Obviously I can't, it's too big to use in my current project, but once you get the physics, the game mechanics of it, it's not too hard to modify it. Now this, I wanted to make something kind of whimsical as well, so I made it so that they do all the work, and then you put it, the crops would get sort of thrown into this water stream, and then up into this bubble column. Whee! I had to put a lid on it because they kept like firing up into the air and landing in not good places. And then I was also trying to practice. There was it's a tileable like item filter, which works, but I have to get the tutorial out to do it again if I want to, but it's also quite resource heavy because it's got these thingies and lots and lots and lots of hoppers. It's also a bit laggy apparently in mass. It took ages because I couldn't figure out why when they... Basically the theory is you put another villager in between them, and the other villagers, this villager is like, please feed me, feed me. But you have to sort of put enough space between them so that they'll throw the food, but the food won't get to the person. So this villager basically starves, which is really mean, but it is what it is. But I couldn't get it so that either the ones doing the farming didn't get to this person, or the food would actually make it to the dispenser thingy to go up the water stream. So for a while there, all I got was glow ink. Glow ink. Dead, you know. Oh. This way there's a glow ink filter. Because all I got was, you know, glow squids. I've discovered what the problem was, is that they don't cross a rail, and you use the rail hoppers. Minecart with a hopper. Okay, I thought they had a fancier name. And that works. And if I actually had to modify the throwing stuff out mechanism. It hasn't filled yet, but if I put that in there, and then I press this, the dropper, drops it out. Problem is, can you hear the clicking? I don't like the clicking. So I figured out how to use a piston to make this, I think it's an observer clock. This thingy that makes this observer go on to tell the dropper to drop repeatedly. I'm still learning. I have no idea how the filters work, but I did figure out how to use the tutorial. So this took a year of faffing about to make it work. And I only figured out the bits with the putting these hopper minecart thingies in because I was researching for the one I'm doing now. This is my second one. This is actually very efficient. Like, it's a lot. It just keeps working, except when something knocks the minecart and then you have to crawl in there to fix it. That's why there's these things. It's the only way to get into the swim mode to get in there. But a few problems with this. One, it is a heck of a lot of iron. And I'm in a survival mode. So that is way too much iron to mine. And I've never done a successful iron farm. It's never worked particularly well. Certainly not in survival. Also, if I've turned the volume on what you're hearing high enough, you'll hear the noise. I have quite relatively sensitive, I don't know how to say it, I don't know how to spell it. Is it misophonia or misophonia? I would say misophonia, as in certain sounds make me want to murder people, or actually in the case of the autism part of it, it just hurts. Noise hurts for me, which is why supermarkets are hell. So even though this wouldn't, I tried doing this style in a mock-up of the size of the tower, and it's too. You need it to be a square box because of the rails. It's very hard to do a rail in a tower and cover all the squares. Now I started here with the model with the minecart hoppers to pick them up, and then you can't put it's not enough of the right numbers. It doesn't work to keep it in this size space. So I tried another form, which is why I figured out how to fix my original one. And it's much less iron heavy, although there will be a lot of iron usage because these take quite a bit of iron each. I seem to remember they might even be close to a cauldron. And there's a lot of them. There's 3 per level, plus one of them here. 4 per level. but it works fairly well, and you can stack it in 3 blocks high. So this is the one I'm going to try and do in the level. I don't know how successful it'll be, and I don't know whether it'll look okay, because to get the second one in, the Please Feed Me villager, I have to have a block that sticks out from the tower. I might maybe just on the outside just sort of add more, if only just to make it sort of less sticky outy, like less obvious. That way it looks kind of deliberate, even if it's technically skin deep. But so this is what I'm going to try and do. I'm still nervous. I'm so nervous about this one, because as you saw in the XP farm, no matter how hard I try, something always goes wrong, and sometimes it's even disastrous. But we'll see what happens and go from there. All the villagers out there having there's a ring around the rosy over there, and then there's a slower one over there. It's funny. Anyway, so we shall either switch to me showing you the basics in the game or to a montage. It will depend on how well I word when I try and record, because my wording is not so good today. I'm sorry about any coughing. My asthma's not awesome right now. But yes, if it's a montage, wish me luck. Well, actually, wish me luck anyway. Just luck is nice. And cue the music again. Welcome back. I'm kind of surprised. It seems to have worked. I've made my first automatic farm with villagers and a survival level, which is kind of cool. I'm sort of waiting for the but. You know, it works, but or it doesn't work. I let it, once it started doing its thing, I let it run for about an hour to see what it would do. There's all these cells. Oops. And it's 4, I think, 3 or 4 cells. Hello. And it's relatively simple. I put extra lights around just to be extra careful, but theoretically with the new lighting upgrades, updates, whatever, this glowstone should theoretically be enough. Putting this dude in was really the only hard bit. The bit that got me swearing and proclaiming that villages suck. So there's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 3. I was going to do more, but I ran out of iron. So I have to do some more strip mining and go from there. Now, I've managed to put the outflow valve down. Alright. That's not bad for an hour. It's not as much as I thought it would be, but it's not bad for an hour. Means I can sell most of it to this dude. See? Hopefully there'll be a bit more at a later date. Oh, I have these here because, yeah, sometimes the bubbles get stuck. So it's worked. I'm honestly surprised. I sort of expected, I mean, it was a little bit of a pain in the butt because dealing with villages is never simple or straightforward, but that's okay. That's just villages, really. So we have a tower. I'm gonna do some more strip mining, get some more iron. I wanted the tower, the back tower, to be at least 2 or 3 more stories, so we can put more bits, more farms up there, so then the tower can stick up kind of there instead of hidden behind that one. And the XP farm works perfectly fine. I've actually recharged my stuff a few times, but at some point in the nearish future I want to make that into something pretty here. I was also thinking maybe if there was a way of I don't know, making it a bit tall enough so that then I can have like a linking tower to here without having to go out into the wild and walk forever. So it's quite a long way down. But I'll think on that. My design brain likes to spend some time thinking about stuff rather than just instantly doing things. But it's a bit messy, but it works, and that was the main priority. Thankfully, the automatic farm doesn't need to be tidied up because it's inside something. Other than the idea of somehow making that pretty and making it easy to get to, I don't actually know what's next for the next episode, for episode 7. I'll probably have a few days to figure out what I want to do, and then we can see next time what to do. But now it is time for me to go to bed, because it's late at night. It's bedtime. Even though it's not late at night here in the game. Alright, so until next time, aranitasa.